I want to buy a house and I don't know where to start. Well, that's a question I've been hearing for many years selling real estate in the Washington, D.C. area. A lot of times I'll sit down with clients in my office, talk about the entire process, educate them, and kind of let them know kind of what to expect and the entire process as a summary at first, and then we can go into details. And that's something that I wanted to do a YouTube Home Buying 101. It's kind of going to be a series of different videos with major parts of the transaction from buying a home, and you can kind of take it as you choose and not have to come into the office. So I think that's great for you. One of the videos we're going to do is, what is a realtor? What are they doing besides unlocking the door and getting you into the home? A realtor's job in a home buying transaction is significant, and it's a big piece of the entire picture and making sure everything moves together to the settlement and the final solution of buying the home. What does a realtor cost for a home buyer is a very important question. How does what's called agency work and those type of things. So we're going to talk on that portion of it. Next video is going to be the mortgage lender portion of it. What does a mortgage lender do? Whose team are they on? How to choose a mortgage lender? What type of loan options are out there for you? Down payment, requirements, and really kind of dive into that side of a little bit more to understand, really the mortgage side. Then we'll talk about kind of the search process. Do you like searching online yourself? Do you want to have your realtor search for you and deliver lists of properties? So it can be a hybrid between the two, but it's really a good idea to talk about where to get the information, which websites are going to be best, the ways of communicating properties that interest you to your real estate agent, and taking it from there. We'll also go into another video regarding the initial home tour, which I really like to do because initial home tours are really useful to get out there, take a look at properties, see what you think about the space, the price, the location, and it really gives you a foundation of which direction you want to head, whether it's a condo, a row house or townhouse, single family. It really assists with that portion of the transaction and kind of giving you focus. We'll also talk about kind of the community. What information can you track down regarding schools, crime, development, those type of things. So we'll kind of go over that. Contract writing is also an important part of it. So once we do find that property that meets all your goals and kind of specific requirements, then we'll sit down, talk about what we're going to offer price-wise after we do our comparable sales analysis. We'll talk about putting the contract together. These are typically pretty standard forms that have a lot of different options for contingencies for home inspection, appraisal, financing. We basically build up a contract that shows that you're interested in the property. You have the financing for it, as well as it protects you throughout the entire process. Home inspection is also a very important thing depending on if you're buying a condo, a townhouse, row house, or a detached home. So we'll talk about why is a home inspection important, how much does it typically cost, how long does it take, really the education portion of having a professional come into the home, take a close look at it, and give you a report to kind of go over everything to make sure that this is the right home for you. Once we do get the property under contract as well, we're going to be working more closely with the lender. We're going to be getting them all the documentation that they need for the financing package to go to the underwriter. So we're talking tax returns, pay stubs, bank statements. When does all that come into place, and also when to lock in a mortgage interest rate. And our loan officer will be able to assist us with that. But choosing the loan officer and working with them is very close as part of the team. Once we move forward with that entire process, we move toward the settlement side of it. Settlement is where we basically go over the HUD settlement statement, sign all the documents for the lender, actually transfer the property legally from the seller to the purchaser, and making sure everything else is accounted for. So we'll talk about when you get the keys, those type of things. Moving tips, moving from an apartment or another home into a new home. There's a lot of things that need to work together, and that is movers, making sure appliances are changed over, making sure that all your mail is transferred to the proper new home and those type of things. So we'll talk about some hints and go over all those items. And then after closing,
So you moved into your new home, you've had your housewarming and all that, and it's a year or two later. Well, as real estate agents, we're there for you even well after the transaction. We want to make sure that if you have any questions regarding the settlement process, or if you had any questions regarding taxes, or even what your home is worth, we'll kind of go over what role a real estate agent will play after you own your home. So I hope you check out a lot of these videos. There's going to be a series, and we'll keep on adding those. And if you have any questions, I can be reached at the information at the end of the video. Thanks so much. Have a great day.